really excited to make this video because these things have brought me a lot of joy, and I'm excited to share them with you. Before I started using gymnastics rings, I used to think of my training all in terms of what was optimal for strength or hypertrophy, like muscle building. The gymnastics rings helped me incorporate some of my other values into my training. Like, I really value being outside, being in nature. I really value feeling not just strong, but athletic. And I love learning. And so learning new skills keeps me on track with my training because I'm excited to go do the thing that I can't do yet. So I know a lot of you are interested in rings. Maybe you already even have a pair, but it's hard to know what to do beyond just the conventional pull-ups and dips. So I wanted to make this video to give you far more options so that you can do whole body workouts on the rings and start learning some of these cool gymnastics skills that you may see people do on the rings that look really cool and are really fun. So let's get these rings hung up and get to training. The skin the cat is one of the more exciting movements to learn when you're first starting the rings, but a lot of people are scared to do it because you have to go upside down. But it's actually simpler to get started than you would think. So we're gonna start in this hanging position with your knees right up near your chest, and then we jump into what we call an inverted hang position. So you jump up, and once you get here, it's actually quite easy to hold. It doesn't take a lot of energy because you're stacked. And then to go down the other way, you just get your feet down to the ground. As you get more comfortable, you can start hopping off the ground and going back the other direction. And then we hop and go back the other way. The name of the game is control. So we start trying to control the way up and the way down as much as you can, using as straight of arms as you can. If you want to start working on the muscle up, you'll need to be able to do not just dips, but dips that are very deep. If you're not going all the way to where the rings touch your chest or armpits, then you need to start working on that. And a great way to do this is just using your feet at the bottom and going past where you feel comfortable, making sure you pull your shoulder blades back, get your chest nice and open, and feeling this position, because this is where we're gonna transition for a muscle up. Now, if you are working on getting your first muscle up, we have a whole video about that, but I'll quickly show one of my favorite drills that gets overlooked a lot. All you do is set up your rings slightly above your chest, so maybe eye height, and then you work on jumping from below the rings up into the bottom of that dip that we just talked about previously. That way you get comfortable with going from below the rings to above the rings. And if you're already working on dips, you can just do these instead of dips because you're gonna get a bit of everything. We always think of pulling as bending the elbow, pulling the hand towards the shoulder, but actually we can pull with straight arms like this, and it actually really works the lats and the tricep. So learning how to do some simple lever pulls where we're working on progressions towards a front lever is actually a really beneficial skill. Just like in the skin the cat, we're gonna go up to our inverted hang, but now we're gonna tuck the knees to the chest and try and slowly lower, keeping the elbows straight as best you can all the way to the bottom. And the goal is to do this really as slow as possible. There may be sections of it that feel really hard and you drop through. That's okay, just work on smoothing out the edges over time. Now, if you're getting more confident here, you can start changing your shape to make it a bit harder. The L-sit is a skill that's fundamental to the rings. It's not only really good for training your core, your serratus, but also you'll have to use it later on when you're learning some higher level skills. The first progression is just working on the hollow body support position. You're gonna be working on tucking your tailbone, pulling your rib cage in, and pushing your shoulder blades down while just supporting yourself. Then you'll start working on bringing both knees up towards the chest, and then finally we'll work towards straightening the knees and getting that full L-sit. Just got done training, and this video is sponsored by Element. I seriously take Element electrolytes every single day. Usually while I train is when I prefer to
use them. That's why there's already some in here. So if you're training hard, if you're sweating, water is great, but electrolytes really replenish the things that we're losing through sweat and over the course of the day. I love Element because it tastes really good and because they don't have a lot of extra additives. You'd be surprised at how much crazy stuff some of these companies are throwing in their mixes. I love watermelon, raspberry, grapefruit, can't go wrong. Right now, Element is giving away a free sample pack with any purchase of their electrolytes. All you got to do is use our link in the description. Support StrengthSide, support Element. Let's get back to the video.
We can even train arms on the rings. You can do a Pelican Curl for your biceps. Take the rings behind you, walk forward, and then you lean. And then you just do a bicep curl, pulling yourself back over your feet. You can add intensity by walking your feet further back. You hit the other side by just doing some simple tricep extensions. Get the rings out in front of us and bend the elbows and press back out. Just like a French press, but now you're using your body weight as the weight instead of a dumbbell. Let's take a look at some options for training the lower body. Using a ring for support, I try not to use the ring to lean back into. Just try to use the ring to push down on. Pistol squat, using the ring for a little bit of extra support. If you need to, you can lean back a bit, but just know that when you let go of the ring, you fall backwards, and that's a bad way to train the pistol squat. So try to just, the more you can, push directly down on it. It'll teach you how to balance your pistol squat. One of the best exercises for the quads and the core is learning to do the Sissy Squat. And the ring can be used as a nice way to assist you in getting the full range of motion in your Sissy Squat. So drive the knees forward, squeeze your butt, and try to keep a straight line from your femur all the way through your torso, and see how low you can go. You have the ring there to help you on the way back up. You can even lie on the ground, put your feet in the rings, and now you have a hamstring curl. These exercises are just a few that will help you get comfortable with using your rings, but ultimately, there's many different creative and innovative ways you can use the rings to make things simpler or harder, more progressive. If you want to take a deeper dive into more calisthenic skills, including rings and otherwise, check out Move Strong Now, our comprehensive calisthenics program. Link in the description. But we also have other videos on using the rings on YouTube, and some of my favorite channels you should go and check out are Fitness FAQs and Body Weight Warrior. In the comment section, tell us about your favorite place you've ever hung your rings, or just favorite rings experience in general. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. Here's a pro tip for how to store your rings. Take the two ends, stack them on top of each other with the clippy thing down towards the ground. Then all you do is roll them up this way. You get a big circle like this. Then when you pull them out next time, you just take it like this, toss it over, and now you're ready to hang your rings. Other nice thing is this fits inside of your rings, have a little carrying case, so they all stay nice and easy together. You throw that in there, throw your chalk bag in there. Now you got your rings stored nice and easy, ready to go for next time.